Have you ever wondered if your spiritual journey has taken a detour into the realm of arrogance? A thought-provoking question indeed. It's easy to become so engrossed in our own spiritual development that we start to feel superior or more enlightened than others. This feeling, my friends, is nothing but spiritual arrogance. It's a sign that we've strayed from the path of love, understanding, and humility. Stay tuned as we delve into the 5 signs of spiritual arrogance. The first sign of spiritual arrogance is a spiritual superiority complex. This is a state of mind where one believes they are spiritually superior to others. It's when we begin to think we hold all the answers and that our spiritual path is the only correct one. This superiority complex can manifest in various ways. For instance, you might find yourself looking down on others who you perceive as not being as spiritually advanced as you. You might feel a sense of pride in your spiritual practices and achievements, a sense that you're somehow better than those who don't share your level of enlightenment. It might even go as far as a lack of respect for others' spiritual paths. You might dismiss other spiritual practices as lesser or invalid simply because they are different from your own. This can lead to a rigid, closed-off mindset that shuts out the potential for learning and growth. But here's the thing. Spirituality is an intensely personal journey. It's about finding your own path, not about being better than someone else. It's about personal evolution, not a race to the finish line. It's about connection and compassion, not division and superiority. Just as every person is unique, every spiritual journey is unique. Each of us is at a different stage of our journey, and each stage has its own lessons and challenges. It's not about who's further along the path, but about the progress we're each making on our own path. When we fall into the trap of spiritual superiority, we lose sight of the true essence of spirituality. We turn it into a competition, a contest, where the aim is to outdo others. But that's not what spirituality is about. Spirituality is about connection. Connection with ourselves, with others, and with the universe. It's about understanding and empathy, about love and acceptance. It's about growth and evolution, not about winning or losing. So if you find yourself falling into the trap of spiritual superiority, pause, take a step back, reflect on your journey, and remember why you started it in the first place. Remember, spirituality is not a competition. It's a journey of self-discovery, growth, and connection. And every journey is unique, just like every one of us. The second sign of spiritual arrogance is a lack of empathy. This is a crucial aspect to consider because empathy is the bridge that connects us to the feelings and experiences of others. It's the ability to step outside of our own experiences and to immerse ourselves in the experiences of others. When we lack empathy in our spiritual journey, we become disconnected from the essence of humanity, the shared experiences, the struggles, the triumphs, and the journey itself. We might find ourselves disregarding the spiritual struggles of others, dismissing their experiences as less significant than our own, or perhaps even invalidating their journey altogether. Think about it. If we believe we've already reached the peak of spiritual enlightenment, we might perceive the struggles of others as merely a sign of their lack of spiritual maturity. This kind of thinking, however, is a clear indication of spiritual arrogance. Spiritual journeys are as diverse as the people who embark on them. They are intricate tapestries woven from threads of personal experiences, beliefs, and perceptions. No two journeys are the same, and each one deserves respect and understanding. Empathy allows us to appreciate the beauty of these different journeys. It enables us to understand that just as we have our own unique spiritual path, so does everyone else. By cultivating empathy, we acknowledge that we don't have all the answers and that our way is not the only way. In fact, empathy can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth. It opens our hearts and minds to new perspectives, new understandings, and new ways of connecting with the world around us. It teaches us to value the journey, not just the destination. So let's strive to cultivate empathy in our spiritual journey. Let's strive to understand and respect the experiences of others, to appreciate the beauty of their journey, and to learn from them. Let's remember that every journey is unique and valuable in its own way. Humility involves empathy, understanding, and respect for all spiritual journeys. The third sign of spiritual arrogance is inflexibility. Now, what do we mean by inflexibility? It's rigidity in one's beliefs, an unwillingness to consider other spiritual perspectives, or a reluctance to change one's own views. This can be a significant barrier to spiritual growth and a clear sign of spiritual arrogance. Imagine a tree in the wind. The tree that bends with the wind, that adjusts its form, survives the storm. But the tree that remains rigid, that doesn't sway or adapt, is at risk of breaking. Similarly, in our spiritual journey, being flexible, willing to learn, willing to adjust our perspectives, is the key to resilience and growth. Spiritual inflexibility often stems from a sense of certainty, a belief that we have found the absolute truth. But the essence of spirituality is exploration and realization. It's about acknowledging that there's always more to learn, more to understand. The moment we close ourselves off to new perspectives, we limit our potential for growth. Inflexibility can also manifest as intolerance towards other spiritual paths or belief systems. We may feel a sense of superiority, thinking our path is the right one and others are wrong. But spirituality isn't a competition, it's a deeply personal journey, unique to each individual. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to spirituality. It's about finding what resonates with you, what helps you grow and connect with the divine, whatever that means to you. So how can we overcome spiritual inflexibility? It begins with humility, with the understanding that we don't have all the answers. It's about being open to other viewpoints, willing to question our beliefs and ready to grow. It's about embracing the wisdom in the words of Socrates, who said, "I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing." Remember, a truly spiritual person is not one who is rigid in their beliefs, but one who is flexible in their understanding. They are willing to learn, to change, and to grow. They understand that the journey of spirituality is not about reaching a destination, but about continuous exploration and self-discovery. A humble spirit is open and flexible, willing to learn and grow. The fourth and fifth signs of spiritual arrogance are excessive self-focus and judgment. Let's delve deeper into these aspects. We all experience moments where we become overly engrossed in our own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. However, when this self-focus becomes excessive, it can hinder our spiritual growth. This is because spirituality isn't just about personal enlightenment, it's about connecting with others and the world around us in meaningful and compassionate ways. When we become overly focused on ourselves, we can lose sight of this essential aspect of spirituality, and we may even start to believe that our spiritual journey is more important than others. Now let's consider the fifth sign, judgment. Judgment can be a tricky subject in any context, and spirituality is no exception. It's natural for us to form opinions and make assessments based on our experiences and beliefs. However, when we start to judge others harshly for their spiritual beliefs and practices, we are straying into the territory of spiritual arrogance. This judgment can manifest in many ways. We might dismiss others' spiritual experiences as less valid or important than our own, or we may look down on those who hold different beliefs. These attitudes are not only unkind and disrespectful, but they also show a lack of understanding for the individual spiritual journeys of others. Each person's spiritual path is unique, shaped by their own experiences, beliefs, and values. By judging others, we're essentially saying that we know better than they do about their own spiritual journey, a clear sign of spiritual arrogance. It's important to remember that spiritual growth involves focusing on unity and love, not division and judgment. By recognizing and addressing these signs of spiritual arrogance in ourselves, we can strive to cultivate a more open, respectful, and compassionate approach to spirituality. We can learn to honor and respect the individual spiritual journeys of others, rather than judging or dismissing them. Spiritual growth involves focusing on unity and love, not division and judgment. Now that we've identified the signs of spiritual arrogance, let's understand the importance of humility in spiritual growth. Humility is a cornerstone in our spiritual journey. It's the bridge that connects us to our true selves and to others. It allows us to see the world from a broader perspective, to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. It roots us in the understanding that we are all part of a greater whole, each on our unique path, yet all part of the same journey. Humility teaches us to respect each person's journey, understanding that we do not hold all the answers. It reminds us to keep an open mind, to learn and grow from every experience, every interaction. It encourages us to practice empathy, to step into someone else's shoes, to understand their perspective, their struggles, their victories. Humility also inspires us to be flexible, adaptable. It allows us to let go of rigid beliefs and open ourselves to new ideas, new possibilities. It gently pushes us away from self-focus, reminding us that our journey is not just about us, but about how we can contribute to the world around us. It teaches us to refrain from judgment, recognizing that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge and resources they have. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Before we close, a quick reminder. Reflect on your spiritual journey. Watch for signs of spiritual arrogance. For more insights, do subscribe and like this video. Remember, the journey of spiritual growth is ongoing, and we're all learners. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video.